Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn, we will do actually the quick recap of trigonometric ratios, right? In the earlier video, I explained about the Pythagoras theorem. So before starting the trigonometric ratios, we just revise the Pythagoras theorem. As we know that the Pythagoras theorem has only applies in the right angle triangle, right? As we can see here in this diagram, um, this is hypotenuse, right? And this one is perpendicular and this is base. So the formula for the Pythagoras theorem is h square is equals to a square plus b square. So whenever the right angle is given to you, right? The opposite side of the right angle is always hypotenuse and adjacent to the right angle is the base. So in Pythagoras theorem, we will find the length of the right angle triangle, any one length of the right angle triangle plus the hypotenuse is the longest side of this right angle triangle, and as you can say that hypotenuse is the sum of the perpendicular and base. Now let's talk about trigonometric ratios. The trigonometric ratios is the comparison of the length and the angles here, right? So as you can see here, the second part, here we have a diagram. Okay, let me maximize here, right? So this one here, we have two diagrams, right? The first one, we have again, both have right angle triangle, right? And normally we use these three thetas, sine thetas, cos thetas, and tangent thetas here. So when we see the mnemonic here, it's given here SOH means sine is equals to opposite over hypotenuse, right? So we can see here the diagram, the theta, this is theta, right? And the opposite to the theta is the perpendicular. Yes, this is the perpendicular and the hypotenuse. So opposite of the theta here is perpendicular. So OH is like P over hypotenuse, right? So this is about sine theta. The second one is cos theta. The cos theta is based like CAH, CAH, CAH. So cos is like A means adjacent and H means hypotenuse, right? So adjacent and hypotenuse. So here adjacent and a hypotenuse, the hypotenuse side, right? And adjacent to the hypotenuse is base, right? Adjacent to the hypotenuse is base. 1 minute. This is adjacent, right? This is hypotenuse and this is adjacent. So this is base. That's why it's written base over hypotenuse, okay? Cos we have done. Now the third one is tangent. The tangent theta is like TOA, TOA, right? So O means opposite and adjacent. So when we see the theta here, the opposite is perpendicular, right? The opposite to the theta is the perpendicular and the adjacent. The adjacent side is base, right? The adjacent side is base, so the perpendicular and the adjacent side is base, not hypotenuse. So the tangent is perpendicular over base here. So you need to learn the formulas of sine, cos, and tangent theta. But this mnemonic will help you out, right? So learn this mnemonic. Okay. Let's draw a few questions related to the trigonometric ratios. Here, the first one here, as you can see, this one is the diagram is giving to you, right? The diagram is like perpendicular. This is perpendicular, okay, and this one is base and hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is given to you, right? But you need to find out the value of perpendicular because it's mentioned x here. And we can see that the angle is 30 degree here, okay? So how are you going to find out? First of all, you need to figure out like which formula that we can use. Is this belong to sine, cos, or tangent? So, but what we have given here perpendicular, because when we see the opposite to the angle is perpendicular, right? And the hypotenuse. So perpendicular and the hypotenuse is included in the sine theta. So we need to use sine theta here, right? So the sine theta, like theta is giving to angle is giving to 30 here, and perpendicular is x over 12. And then we need to do the calculation. We are allowed to use a calculator in the exams. So x, we do the cross multiply. So x equals to sine theta 12 into sine theta, right? We find the value of sine theta and then multiply with the 12 here. So we'll get the value. Answer is x is equals to 6. Let's solve the another example. In this example, we have like another diagram. X is in the base and hypotenuse is giving to you. Base and hypotenuse. So base and hypotenuse is included in cos, right? So we use the cos theta, right? So cos theta here, the angle is giving to you 6, so cos 60, right? So cos 60 is equal to base is what? Base is x. So here base is x and hypotenuse is 20, so x over 20 here. Again, we need to do a cross multiply and we will find out the value x is equals to 10, right? Now the next example. In this example, here, what we need to see here, like x is in the base, okay, and the adjacent to the base is perpendicular. So adjacent to the base is a perpendicular, so we use the tangent here, okay. So tangent x is the base and 4 is the perpendicular, okay, base over perpendicular. We substitute the value and then we do the cross multiply and you will find out the answer. This x value is 1.45588. Okay, now another questions. These examples that we have discussed right now, they are trigonometric ratios, right? But here, this one is inverse trigonometric ratios. So how are you going to find out the inverse trigonometric ratios? The previous examples that we found the measurement of the length. But when we will find, when the question is given in the form of like you need to find out the angle, so we need to do the inverse trigonometric ratios here, right? So in this, the first one, here it's written some note here. So note this like sine minus 1, cos minus 1 and tangent minus 1. So inverse trigonometric ratios are always used when we have to find the angle, right? So keep this in your mind. So the example here, the first one. The first example here, what we need to do here, x is given, okay? This is the first one. I'm explaining this one, okay? So the x angle is giving to, we need to find out, right? So for here that we need to find out which theta that you need to apply, which formula you need to apply, which two things are giving to you. The first one is perpendicular is giving to you and the base is giving to you. So the perpendicular and the base, so perpendicular and the base is include in which theta, in tangent theta. So 10x, we need to find out the angle here. So 10x is equals to, when we simplify 5 over 10, it gives you 2. So x value, we need to find out x. So tangent and the x, they both are multiplying. So tangent will shift over there. So of course, multiply change into divide. So that's why it's written in 10 minus 1. Are you getting it? So 10 minus 1 and then 2. So we use the calculator and find out the answer. The answer will give you a 63.4349. Okay, the second example here. The second example, here again the x value need to find out. The two values are giving to you like perpendicular, right, and hypotenuse. So perpendicular and the hypotenuse is included in sine theta. Okay, sine x equals to perpendicular over hypotenuse. So sine is going to be shift over there as a division. That's why it's come as a minus 1 and 3 over 5. So we just find use these values in the calculator and find out the values at 36.8699 is the answer for the x angle, right? I hope that students, you people understood this in trigonometric ratios and inverse trigonometric ratios. This video will helpful for you in the exams. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.